home. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey! Teacher, leave them kids alone!
My name is Connor McDermott. I'm a psychology major finishing up my sophomore year.
Now you've decided to leave or not come back next semester. Mind telling us what's informing your decision?
Well, the reason why I'm leaving is kind of a reflection on the reasons why I'm here, why I'm getting higher education, why I'm at a university. I'm here to get an education, and I'm here to better myself and improve myself. And the education is the vast majority of the college experience to me, or at least what I would like it to be. And finishing up my sophomore year, that's almost 2 complete years here, and I found it less than satisfactory in different ways. I need to weigh my options fairly and figure out what's in my best interest, and I need to take into account the fact that to relieve some cognitive dissonance in the past, I have been coming up with more and more reasons why I like it here to kind of motivate me to stay and finish up. And I found a lot of those reasons to be true of not just this university, but any university. So when I plan on leaving this university, I still plan on continuing my education. I just plan on doing it differently or somewhere else.
Are there any specific aspects of this university that is informing why you're leaving?
Yes, there are a lot of things I've come to experience at this school that I found not only less than satisfactory, but pretty disillusioning. A lot of things I've come to expect of the school, I've come to find from going here are actually the opposite. I mean, I'm a tour guide here, so I have to give tours and explain to people what the situation is. And the situation was explained to me several times. I took a couple tours here, and it was a completely different picture that was painted in the tour for accepted students or prospective students than actual campus life is like. Well, there's a list of things that I am given before any tour that I'm not supposed to acknowledge, that I'm not supposed to talk about. Things I'm supposed to either pretend I don't know about, or pretend that they don't exist, or topics that I'm supposed to refer to somebody else. Giving a tour, I don't know that Lansdowne Place exists. I'm not supposed to acknowledge it. There is no, according to what I'm telling people, and according to what we're making it appear to be, there is no off-campus housing. There is nothing I'm supposed to say about the Econo Lodge, about, the motels and hotels where they house students, because they didn't give them a room. They didn't give them room for a room. I'm not surprised that, the college tries to make it out to be everything that it can be, but it is disillusioning to be on the other side of it, where I'm having the college experience that I'm having right now, and it is different from what I expected it to be. And my expectations came from what I was told by tour guides. I think is really unfair, and it's something that I don't see at a lot of other colleges. And I've toured probably 15 or 16 more campuses, and from campus to campus, not a lot changes besides the buildings and the landscaping, but a lot of the attitudes and a lot of the atmospheres are completely different from this school. And I found this school to be closer to that of a high school or a middle school, as in how restrictive it is, how that restriction has led people to failing out because they're not able to achieve their potential. And in a lot of cases, I think that the school doesn't really care that much.
Without naming names if you don't want to, could you give an example of how the system has set up people to fail?
One of the one of the big portions of the college experience is the residential life, which is where you live, which generally is in dorms or apartments. And I think that first year students especially are set up to get kicked out of school or at least kicked out of housing. And I've seen the evidence for it because there's such a vast amount of students that are accepted over the limit that the university could possibly house. And it's something that universities do. I get it. It's something that institutions do because you can't guarantee that everybody's going to show up. I get that. But each freshman class has become successively the biggest accepted yet, including my class, and I'm 90% sure is the case of the class ahead of me. And I found it very disillusioning because I think, well, that's good because as many people as possible should come to school and get an education. And there are the forced triples where they fit 3 people into a room meant for 2 people. And I think that kind of sucks, but they do alleviate them. By the end of one semester, they're pretty much all broken up. And that's not just from people not showing up on the first day of school. And it's not just from people failing out. It doesn't usually happen in the first semester that people fail out. It does happen that people will leave or not show up in the first place or maybe do really badly in the first semester, bad enough to fail out, but it is not the number which are over-accepted. And the rest of the students that lose housing or get kicked out of school are victims of policy violations, which are not lenient at all, very rigid, and being a criminal justice school, I think there are a lot of elements here that are working against students who want to have fun. I think that doing drugs in a dorm room or drinking in a dorm is kind of dumb because yeah, you could get caught, but I don't see one person getting caught in a room with somebody else that has some kind of paraphernalia, a reason to end somebody's education. And I think what it comes down to is money, where they accept as many students as they can, as many as they possibly can, because they're going to take at least a semester's worth of money. Even if they fail out, even if they get kicked out, they still get the money for one semester.
Now, you mentioned earlier that this was a criminal justice school, and I've noticed some of the criminal justice people tag along with campus security or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think that in some way allows, one set of students to basically run like authoritarian over other students?
I think that something like that, like doing ride-alongs with campus police or working. I've seen students working in the holding cells where they put people in protective custody and things, and they have them, kind of doing grunt work, like sitting at the desk and riding around, not much to do. And I think that they do actually get some kind of authoritative, even if it's a false authoritative feeling over other students, because I've seen it before in high school with JROTC programs where they tell people that oh, you're this rank or whatever, or you've achieved this, and you're more than a normal person. You're more than just a citizen. And I think that the criminal justice program here is so brandished. It definitely is apparent in the students here, especially the students that are criminal justice majors. I know I heard rumors that criminal justice students got discounts on housing and got perks and whatever benefits for ratting on people, for getting people in trouble. And I never really believed that because I would like not to. I wish that wouldn't happen. But I do see signs posted up in the hallway, need cash, $2,000 reward for any information about this one incident. And I did see one criminal justice major move into a section of students that were notorious for smoking weed. And one by one, right after that student moved out, or right after the criminal justice student moved in to that section, everyone else in that section, except for him, got in trouble just one by one after the other. And I mean, it's stuff like that that makes me think, like, what is the motivation behind the school? Is it really our education and our well-being while we're here? Or is it really just about money? Is it really just about power? I know that the campus police here go on power trips. I know that they think they're real police officers, and they don't have to go through official police academy. They don't. It's like, I think it's like a couple month like crash course or something that they do, and I mean, I've seen the campus police definitely take advantage of students because of fear, because of not only fear but just their own their own self-image. I think that the campus police really brandish themselves on campus, and I think it definitely rubs off on criminal justice majors.